Hello, my name is Dominique, and I am the Study Abroad Advisor here at NDSU. I also work with Tanya Kramer, who is the Assistant Director of Study Abroad, and Tasha Carey, who is our Study Abroad Assistant. And I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about what the opportunities are here at NDSU for studying abroad, as well as why you might study abroad. What are the advantages, and how do you make that work? So to get started, the first question I think that you might be asking is, why go abroad? Why would I want to leave my friends, my family, the lovely North Dakota winters, and go someplace quite far away? And I think for a lot of people, they end up choosing to study abroad because it's a really great opportunity to really get out there, do something interesting, maybe practice a language, maybe take some classes for major or minor, and just a generally very fun thing to do. But what is often very surprising to people is they go abroad, they think that it's going to be this fun experience, just a one little thing that they're going to do as a part of their life. And you really find out that it's a much bigger experience than you expect. You go abroad to do, a fun little jaunt, and then you find out that it's just completely transformed your entire understanding of the world, who you are, how you fit into it, your understanding of the academics that you are studying here at NDSU, and oftentimes it will change exactly what you might want to be doing with the rest of your life. The quote there, "the best decision of my life," is something that I hear from students all the time, and I really encourage you to consider studying abroad because it'll change your life as well. A second question that I hear from students commonly is study abroad worth it? Is it worth the time? Is it worth the energy? And is it worth the money to study abroad? And I'm very excited to be able to tell you that there has been research done on this question, and the answer that they found was yes, study abroad is worth it. Study abroad is a really great resume builder. It's something that when you have it on your resume, it shows that you have a lot of those skills that managers are looking for these days. Things like the ability to work with people from diverse backgrounds, to think outside the box, to just in general be that person that when something unexpected happens, you would be the one saying, "Hey, I have an idea of how we can solve that problem." The other thing that's cool about studying abroad is that it really gives you an opportunity to set yourself apart from other people, even here at NDSU. You're not just learning about the same things in the classroom that other people are here, but you're really getting that global perspective and really getting a much more in-depth and broad understanding of what it is that you're studying in your day-to-day academic career here. Another neat thing about studying abroad is that when you have it on your resume, a lot of times when you go in for interviews, the hiring managers will actually ask you about it. They'll say, "Oh, I see you studied abroad. What was that like?" And then that gives you an opportunity to say, "Yes, I had a wonderful experience abroad, but here was an example of some time that something unexpected happened. This is how I dealt with it, and this is why I'd be a fantastic employee for you." Here at NDSU, I'm very excited to be able to say that we do have a lot of program options. So you can go pretty much anywhere in the world and study anything. We have over 1,000 programs in more than 73 different countries. You can also study abroad during a variety of times. If you want to go abroad for a year, just like what I did when I went to Japan, or go abroad for a semester, you would be welcome to do so. You could go abroad during the summer, over winter break, or over spring break. To distinguish between the two ends of the spectrum, generally the year-long and the semester-long programs are ones where you really have an immersive experience. You really get to know the place that you're in, you get to know the people, you make a lot of lifelong friendships, and you just really get an in-depth understanding of that particular location. You also might have a chance to practice a language if you're interested, or you can take courses in English if that's more what you're looking for. We do also have quite a number of programs where you can go abroad for a shorter period of time. During the summer, winter break, and spring break, those programs tend to often be more of a traveling program where you would be looking at one particular topic and maybe going to a couple of different cities or a couple of different countries and doing a comparison and contrast of how is business done in one place versus another, or how did architecture influence the development of architecture in another particular location. So again, it just really depends on what you're looking for, which type of program you might choose. Another thing that's really helpful to know is that depending on the type of program you pay, there are a few different ways that the costs are set up. With some programs, you would just pay NDSU tuition and fees and then pay some of those local costs, your airline ticket, maybe your housing and your meals and things like that. But often those programs are very, very affordable because they are based on NDSU costs here. We do also have programs where NDSU tuition is waived, and you just pay whatever that institution or that program charges. So then it varies a lot depending on where it is that you're going. If you are looking for a program, though, that's very affordable, I really encourage you to look at exchange programs because we do have quite a few, over 150 of them, where you would pay the NDSU tuition and fees for a full semester, which again really keeps the cost down while you're having that amazing immersive experience. Other things that you might want to keep in mind too is that there are a lot of opportunities that really add to your studies. Things like internships, volunteering, field studies, student teaching, teaching English, and practicum experiences. And those often fit really well within an academic program here, and then also give you great things to add to your resume later. And then I just really want to emphasize that there are options for any major. It's just depending on the major, it is really going to influence the timing of when you go abroad and what courses you might want to be taking while you're studying abroad. And then also, if you are, not able to take a foreign language before you study abroad, pretty much all the programs around the world have some options for taking courses in English. So don't feel limited to going to an English-speaking country because there are so many opportunities all over for you to study as well. It is important to plan ahead when you're thinking about studying abroad. We really like to say it's never too early to start planning. It does take about a semester to pick a program, do the paperwork, to get ready to go, get your airline ticket, your passport, those sorts of things. But the earlier you start planning, the easier it's going to be because you're going to have more opportunities for times to pick for your study abroad planning. You're also going to have a lot more flexibility as far as the courses to make sure that you can find those abroad. And if you do wait until a little bit later, you may find that going on a shorter program over spring break or during the summer might be a little bit better fit at that point. But if you start earlier, you're going to have a lot more opportunities to find a longer period of time that will fit well within your course planning here. We also do have quite a few programs over both winter break and spring break now where freshmen are able to go as well, going with a faculty-led group, meaning an NDSU faculty member leading a group of students abroad. So if you are a freshman looking to get started right away, you might want to consider one of those programs as well. And then I do recommend, if you are thinking about studying abroad, to have a conversation with your academic advisor sometime soon. When you're talking with your academic advisor, they can really help you with looking at your course schedule and determining when a good time is going to be to go. You can look at what courses you need to take in order to stay on track for graduation. Are there certain classes they recommend you take on campus? Or are there certain classes that it would be easier to fit in taking abroad? Or are there other things like internships, student teaching, practicums, those sorts of things that you might want to take abroad as well? And something neat, you can take care of general education courses abroad also. Courses abroad, just in general, can be approved to fulfill major, minor, and general education requirements. When you take part in an exchange, direct, or affiliate provider program, those do fulfill the gen ed categories for cultural diversity and or global perspectives, depending on the time, how long you go abroad, which is a really fun way to take care of those. And then another neat thing to consider when you're planning your academic career here is 2 secondary majors that are available. The first is the International Studies major, which is an opportunity to add this secondary major to whatever it is that you're studying in your primary major. And it really allows you to internationalize your understanding of your primary major. You take some courses in foreign language, you spend at least 10 weeks abroad, and then you do an integrative senior project that adds that international perspective to whatever it is that you're doing in your primary major. There is also the new global business major, which allows you to combine some global business courses with language study, some time abroad, and it really gives you that good foundation to prepare you for diverse, multicultural, and international environments in your future business career. And then the big important thing, affording study abroad. The first thing I'd like to mention is that there are a lot of scholarships out there and it's definitely worth your time to apply. Take a look on our website. We do have a lot of information about different scholarships, including scholarships that we offer through our office, especially with some of those national scholarships, international scholarships, some of the program scholarships, they may have early deadlines. So you may need to apply as early as a year in advance of when you might want to study abroad. Our scholarships that are offered through our office, however, are generally about a semester in advance. But it is definitely good to check into that early to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the many great opportunities. Second, you can use financial aid, so grants, loans, and scholarships that you're already receiving for study abroad. And we will work with you to make sure that you have a budget very early on in your planning process, so you can go talk to the Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships and work out exactly how the financial planning aspect might come together. So we really encourage you to start looking into that and working with our office very early, just to make the process as smooth as possible. So, are you excited about study abroad? If so, come into Study Abroad Services. We're located in the Memorial Union, number 116, right by the coffee shop. We do have peer mentors who are return study abroad students available every Monday through Friday from about 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We also have a really wonderful website, ndsu.edu/studyabroad, with a great program search engine that you can use to narrow down the over 1,000 programs to a nice focused list of programs in certain locations, programs that have courses that you need, programs in certain languages, and things like that. So I encourage you, if you're ever bored, do take a look at our program search. And lastly, we will be having our Study Abroad Day coming up on Thursday, September 5th. This will be a resource fair from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the basement of the Memorial Union, off in the corner of the food court right by those windows. We'll have representatives from different programs and faculty leaders who will be there. It's a great chance to walk through and learn about all the amazing opportunities, pick up some brochures, ask questions, and things like that. So I hope you'll join us.